Hey everybody, Ashley Page here with another 5-Plan Economic Moment. We're delighted that you've joined us today. Our topic today is foreign direct investment. It's the part of the trade talks you haven't heard about, but we want to cover with you. There was an excellent article over the weekend with some great research on this we wanted to share with you, authored by Gary Cohen, who is a professor of supply chain management at the University of Maryland. But his point was, with the midterm election coming up, we've spent so much time talking about foreign trade on the tariffs part of it, we've somewhat ignored what's called the FDI, or foreign direct investment. That's when another company in another country actually builds a plant here. We're very familiar with that. We'll go through that with a little more example in just a moment. From 2001 to 2015, 4 trillion, with a T, 4 trillion of investments have been made in the United States with plants here by companies that are domiciled outside the United States. Most of the trade talk that you're hearing around the midterm election is that I'm a U.S. company, say, selling to into China, or China selling into me. That's where the tariffs is. What we're talking about in foreign direct investments is a component of this, really has nothing to do with it. But let's talk about, since 2001, how important that's been. We just mentioned the absolute number, 4 trillion. It's not only the absolute number, it's been the quality of it. From 2001 to 2015, the average wage in those companies is 24% higher than private sector U.S. across the board, much higher. The benefits are also much higher. What it's also done in an ancillary way is a lot of these companies that have located here in the United States are superb in technology. That's had a tendency to raise the bar, if you will, in U.S. manufacturing. The other thing that's really important for small and owner-managed businesses is that since 2001 and up to 2015, there's been a 68% rise in that period of orders that have been placed with smaller and mid-sized companies. So if you have a company, say, somewhere in the state supplying a larger one, that's a huge increase. So when you hear this in the midterm elections, it's not just about the tariffs where I'm selling to another country and they're selling to me. We can't get too defensive in this tariff talk because we don't want a lot of the foreign direct investment that comes in the United States to slow. If you look, for example, in our own state of Alabama, just think back to the mid-1990s when we started a string of very successful foreign manufacturers that came into the state. If you go in our state from south to north, all the way from Mobile to Huntsville, it has transformed the landscape even of a state like where we live in Alabama. You really can't ride through anymore a mid-sized, large-sized Alabama city without a large foreign manufacturer dominating it, with the employment that it brings, with the wages that it brings, with the tight tolerance on manufacturing standards that it's bringing. It's been transformative. So we have to make sure that tariffs are fair. You know, we can't go back to World War II and have a tariff on a product of ours like 30%. Anybody would argue that's unfair. But at the same time, we need to balance that component with what the foreign direct investment is, and we have to watch that. So we hope this has been helpful to you. Another component to look at in foreign trade. If you have any questions about that, feel free to call us or follow us on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. You guys are sharing this a lot with others. We really appreciate that, and we hope you enjoy them. Thanks so much and have a great week.